Hello and welcome to the Lucky Goblin. I'm Lucky J,
I'm Bordle.
and we're back with Citizen Sleeper Part 3.
3.
This was our save, wasn't it? Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be awkward if we catch up. Although at least we're a different class to the ones I've been playing.
I remember that time when we used to stream and we streamed Resident Evil 1, the remaster, and in the stream you accidentally saved over your Chris.
Yes, because I was playing at the same time on the hardest difficulty as Chris.
And it was just like in real time you realised that you'd saved over your hours of grueling Chris.
So I had to start all over again. Which was fine. That was
just
fine.
there white knuckling the mouse like, it's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
So, last time.
We're starving.
We are starving, yes, but we have full health, which means we have plenty of dice to use. However, we're in kind of a precarious position because we needed to use all of our money to get stabilizer. And where we are now, we have two cycles to pay this guy 58 cryo. This is the guy who's hunted us. So we need to make 50 cryo in the next 2 cycles. Then we need 60
doable.
cryo to get to the next area. Then we have 3 cycles left to help Dragos. Although I don't think that should be a problem. I hope not. And those are the only 2 timed things we have, to be fair, is helping Dragos and making enough money to satisfy this prick. We also need food from somewhere, and we only have 8 cryo. Now, in terms of where we can make money, we can help unload freighters, unload containers. We can do some shifts at the bar, I believe. Yeah, we can do a bar shift.
No. Please, no.
To make me go back there. She said she will pay us if we help, but it's gonna take a little bit before we actually get any returns from that. With the shipyard, we had decided that we were going to find out more about the ship we came in on.
Okay.
Which means we're not getting paid for that. Havenage, if we find keys, if we find Yatagan keys, they will pay us, but that means going to the net. It means going to the cloud and finding Yatagan agents. But there's one there. We can also get money from working on the side rail. The Side Rail Horizon Assembly, which is like a big old ship. 2 seconds.
Isn't that the name of one of Grimes's children? Side Rail Horizon Assembly.
I don't actually know. Probably is. So, we need food, but we don't have enough money for food. So, we should probably do a bit of work and earn some cash coin.
Oh.
I know, it's dreadful.
Yeah.
And there's no way to get free food, I don't think. It used to be Emphas if we gave him a story, but now we have to pay him. Stingy kid.
Why is that? Seems like a
can also play the
D
exchange.
perk. That seems like we've lost a perk there. Why is?
We can also play the exchange. So, do you want to keep playing this with you making the decisions, or do you want to kind of shift to a more Pale Beyond kind of approach where I kind of manage
We can.
the resource affairs?
I mean, we can. Yeah, you can manage the resource affairs. We can make decisions jointly.
Okay. I think if we go to this Yatagan agent and put in one of the ones, that'll give us some data we can sell.
Yeah, sounds
And
good.
these ones aren't going to get used anywhere else, so might as well. Cool. And we still have the hunter after us, but as long as we need to get a Shipmind, I think. Data. So we sell this to this guy. 10 cryo. Okay, that should be enough to feed us. Let's get some food. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Right. So we need 50 cryo. Because his bar tab is 58. So this could be This is going to be... We're going to be cutting it close here. I think either the ore exchange, the scrap freighters, or the side rail horizon assembly line. And what are our benefits? We do have, if we do an intercept, an interface action, we have a chance to gain cryo, but I don't know if there are any. Oh, this is an interface, and I think we get paid for this. I think. And I think for engineer actions we have a chance of finding scrap. Yeah, and scrap we can sell. We can also work these guys. I think if it's dangerous, it should pay a decent amount, do you think? So maybe we use one of our 6s here. Or only 6 and see how much we get paid. Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. 15 cry. And we got energy from that. Alright. Okay. That was decent. We have a couple cycles left before this expires. I feel confident with this one. I think we could get some better dice. I think we should go to the horizon and see about just working here to get some cash.
Yeah.
I'll put the freeze in here. Assembled block by block. You earned a place on the teams welding those blocks together. 12 cryo. Okay. This is exacting work. A single bad weld could lead to the ship's collapse. You try to focus, fighting against the distractions.
I don't know, man. Sounds like a lot of pressure to me.
It's fine. We're robots. We can take it.
I don't want to be a robot.
Okay, there we go. We're up to 47 cryo. It's not bad. And we have a 1 left, which is the worst possible thing we could have.
For the...
Should we maybe say about trying to gather some data?
Yeah. The hunter's fair.
It's always good to have.
The angry hairdryer dog.
Yeah, the angry hairdryer dog.
That chases us around.
Now, it looks like both the data points require a 2, and we only have a 1. And this 1 isn't going to get us... It's not going to be useful to us at any capacity. Like, I don't think we can use it for anything. Because even, like, a 2 is terrible. Like, even a 2 is, like, 50-50 negative neutral. So I don't know if it's worth it. Do you think it's worth it?
Yeah.
Where at? Should we go here again, or we might get paid? Although we could get dropped from the roster if we do poor work. But we only need 1 more success here to get on. I think let's try it.
Let's do it.
Might as well use what we've got. No, but we still got paid. Okay, so we actually we have enough now to pay emphasis tab. Should we do that now?
Yeah, let's do it.
How come someone drinks this much in 6 cycles? Oh, Ethan is his name. Ethan hasn't held back while he has been at the compressor. There we go. As you hand over the chits, you hear Ethan laughing hysterically somewhere down the bar.
How did he know?
I can't remember the voice I did for Ethan. Whatever. He's probably a brat. I can't believe you just did that.
Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor, but this cycle the place is packed, a load of spacers mixing with the locals.
Usually they run.
Ethan spins a glass on the bar.
Or they go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay.
Walk away. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice.
You think that's it? 1 round of drinks and we are even? Sleeper, come on.
His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from a chest holster. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard and the people around him turn to see what's happening.
You think this is on me? I think someone in your position might have a better idea of how this all looks, how this all works. I'm a freelancer, Sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNR, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something.
He closes the gap, stumbling a little.
Oh, what do you think? You could just run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two?
I'm nothing like you.
That's what I'm saying!
Ethan is addressing the bar now, having noticed the attention from the other patrons.
You are a coward. I'm a professional. Though, I should thank you
Ethan nods, his head heavy.
for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago.
Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds a finger in that general direction without turning around. Shut up! Herp. Shoot me, or let me leave.
Oh, I see. Toughening up here.
He gestures wildly at the crowd.
Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks?
Most turn back to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. He sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it.
The thing is, Sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you. No matter what.
He finds a glass and downs the contents.
So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another.
He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. Leave. You turn on your heel and are out of the cloying dark and the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers.
Hey, we got an upgrade point, and we have 4 cycles before we need to pay the next tab. Okay, what should we upgrade? Potential. Sunbathe's decent. That lets us regain energy at home. It does use dice, I think. But basically this means I don't think we would need to spend as much on food.
That sounds good.
So should we get that? And that'll save us a bit of coin. So now if we go... Where's home? Here it is. We can pop a dice in there and we'll be able to sunbathe and it'll get us some energy.
Go for it.
But we need to end the cycle for now because we are out of dice.
No dice.
And see what tomorrow brings, or... I wonder, like... There must be, like, a day-night cycle here. You know? Okay. I'm trying to see what are our objectives. Build a Shipmind. We need Shipmind fragments, and they're expensive. Disable tracker, fix the ambergrease, free Neovend, which we need a Shipmind for. Get to know Emphas, study the winter light, and win as ticket to the side rail. Just seeing if there's any Yataghan agents. That'd be good.
Yet again, we find ourselves in this...
Yataghan! Should
in
I
this
use this one for a Yataghan data?
Yet again, yes.
Oh, we got some cryo from that.
Yet again.
Yeah, so ideally we probably want to get a Shipmind so we can deal with the hunter, because that's kind of the danger in the cloud at the minute. 10, nice. Okay. We only have 2 cycles to help Drago, so do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. If we use the 6 on the Intuit, we'd 100% positive, but it means we've used our 6 for the day. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it.
There we go. Got some scrap as well. Oh, we got a Shipmind fragment. Nice.
Wow.
You discover a hidden compartment with spare components and backup data storage. This has to contain something of use. Okay, well we have 2 more cycles, so I feel like we can use these dice for something else. We don't really necessarily need to use them today. A Shipmind fragment's pretty good though. Now to get more, I think we need to... We can buy... Once this freighter comes back, they sell Shipmind fragments. And this guy sells scrap. But we need 20 cryo for scrap. Okay. What do you want to do? Right now, it's between helping repair the ambergrease We can do some shifts at the Overlook, or we can help with building the side rail horizon. Or we could do one of each if you want.
One of each. Go on. Go on.
Go here. And Kita needs all the help she can get with the ambergris. Pockmark with damage with the hull is a good place to start. Yeah, nice. +2. With Ankita's help, you systematically isolate, remove, repair, and reseal the hull plates. Amber looks better and better by the hour, and we're halfway there. Bar shift. Tala is as good as her word and happy to throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. Hey! +13 crime. People flow in and out of the Overlook, keeping you busy. Your mind drifts to those easy fantasies of just passing through. Not paying attention when on a bar shift. That's relatable.
Yes.
And then, might as well do this. To become a welder's mate, I hope. Oh no!
What have you done?
We got a negative outcome, which means the weld team leader pulls you aside mid-shift. Weaknesses were found in your seals. They'll need to be redone.
No!
Oh, we're one away from being kicked off the team.
Oh no.
Scrap. Should we sell this scrap?
Yes.
Not the old fabricator. It is old exchange. Sell some crap. The old exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy up, break down, and sell off, and you are happy to supply it. Nice. Cool.
Nice.
Very nice. That's good.
Nice.
Nice. Shall we sleep?
Yeah.
As if we just found a Shipmind. Like, those are supposed to be like super rare, and we found a fragment just lying around. Oof.
Well, maybe they're rare because people find fragments and don't know what they are.
I think it's like someone finds this super expensive fragment and it's just like, huh, I'll use it as a sofa.
Well, we got good rolls today.
Yeah, apart from that one, but we could use that for the Atagan agent if we want. Do you think?
Yeah.
Or we could use it for the energy at home.
Yet again.
Yet again. Yet again, yet
Yet
again.
again.
Neutral outcome, +1 yet again data. And Hunter is close to catching up to us.
Ah, whatever. We'll just unplug him.
Find the master, just the plug socket, and
Yeah.
take it out.
Yeah. That'd settle him.
Nice. 10 cryo. Okay, yeah, we did get some good rolls. So should we finish up at the shipyard?
Yes.
Should
Let's try and
we use a 5 or a 6? To be fair, I think we're 5.
Yeah.
Gonna get it anyway. Yeah. I think we got it. Yeah, +1, we'd like. Picking through the wrecked cutter is slow work, but you start to piece together the impact patterns and blast marks.
Squeezed into the office at the entrance to the yard, you lay out everything you have on the winter light across the metal desk. Your makeshift forensic notes glow on Dragos's old writing slate, overlapping lines and scrawled annotations. A set of drone scans fill the small terminal with a spectrum of colours, a heat map of damage and decay. A crumpled printout from the officer's ship registry lies beside them, synthetic paper so thin it's almost transparent. Ooh, I like that. Sounds like nice paper. Look at the printout. Let's look at the paper.
Look at the paper.
Let's look at the paper.
Do you want me to read any of this?
No, go for it.
Okay.
Oh. A plain list shows the registration history of the Winter Light, the gaps between the entries tantalisingly opaque. Its first registration was a couple of thousand cycles ago on this very station, logged at the central hub. From here, the registry tells the story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on station for more than a few cycles, and often took on voyages that kept it away from the eye for up to 100 cycles. The Winter Light got little rest. Look at the monitor. Reactor failure. That is the verdict that anyone would have returned after a cursory glance at these stacked heat maps of the remains of the Winter Light. On the terminal screen, the ship is shown in section, blotches of colour marking the approximate damage the ship sustained. Dominating the view is a single blood-red rose, radiating from the ship's fraction drive. A simple story, a catastrophic failure of the drive core, leading to a fatal hull breach. A well-documented failure, likely brought on by wear or misuse. But you are looking at the rows of the reactor. You're looking at a smaller, paler mark, one that might be easy to miss at first glance. It is thumbprint-sized and delicately placed over the control servos for the ship's main external airlock. It suggests a controlled, shaped explosion, one designed to punch through the hull and allow access to the airlock from the outside. You are looking at it because it is troubling you. Look at the slate. Your attempts at a reconstruction of the winter light before its fatal accident consists of a series of overlapping sketches and diagrams, showing possible layouts and configurations of the gutted cutter. This was no off-the-shelf model. It was heavily modified, parts replaced with inventive configurations, the new retrofitted into the old, handmade joints and reconditioned filters. This was someone's pride and joy, a lifetime project, kept running with care and intuition. It also contained a set of hidden compartments. You missed them at first, where the hull had been thickened, the corners rounded to disguise the change. But they are there. An old ship, many cycles under its belt, carefully maintained. A reactor failure preceded by a carefully concealed external entry. A suite of hidden compartments, tucked away. This was the winter light, and this was its story. But that's not the full story, because there's something else. It is little more than a list, a tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were fried, of course, but the winter light had a separate system, one tucked away in one of its hidden compartments. Armoured, air-walled. This list, the only recoverable piece from the whole system, is a partial inventory. It details the contents of the hidden compartments. Some of it you recognise, some of it you don't. Shipmind ROMs, shimmer, cryo chain codes, and then the final entry. Passenger, sleeper.
Ooh.
You stare at the list on the terminal and try not to think about what it was like arriving here. In the cold for so long, half frozen in the freight container. Had this sleeper been smarter, luckier? How would they convince the Winter Light, a smuggler's ship if you ever saw one, to extract them from SNR? Luckier. You laugh. There had been no remains found on any of the Winter Light's compartments. You had checked. They weren't so lucky, you guess. Not in the end. You hold up a vial of stabilizer to the light.
Ooh.
This was all you found in their compartment. A parting gift from the SNR. Well, it won't go to waste now. You put it back in your pocket. The thought still bothers you, though. 2 ships carrying sleepers coming into the same yard? 2, one after the other? That feels wrong. You flick back and forth between datasets on the terminal, thinking. And you see that thumbprint again, the mark of someone trying to get in. Someone who entered the Winter Light with precision and speed, and when they were done, left the reactor to clear up the rest. The thought of that person makes you shiver. Suddenly the office door creaks open. Dragos stands in the doorway, staring at the equipment and the notes you've assembled.
What is all this?
He snatches the slate from the desk, faster than you realised he could move.
You run an investigation here? What am I paying you for?
The drone on his shoulder starts whining shrilly, his anger passing to it through its implants. Where is this ship from?
Leave this alone.
He starts shaking his head.
I know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way.
He turns away, muttering to himself.
This is the last thing I need.
This ship had a sleeper on it. Dragos freezes, suddenly angry.
What did you say?
He pushes past you to look at the terminal, at the list. He shakes his head.
So what? Aren't all of you trying to escape? You are lucky it was you that made it out alive, not them.
He folds his arms indignantly. Dragos seems to steady himself and then turns back to you, the heat map of the reactor failure reflected in his headset's glassy eyes.
I've given you a place to stay. I've given you work.
He stumbles over the words, unsure what to say.
There's plenty others who would have sold you on, turned you in, but not me, no.
I appreciate that, but...
Don't!
He shakes his head.
I'm not discussing my business with you.
He quiets the drone.
I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor.
He straightens up and clears his throat.
But this obsession you have with this ship isn't going to work for me. I can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you digging up whatever it is you're after.
He sighs.
You can't work here anymore.
I need the work.
There's plenty of work to be had on the Eye. Salvages need offloads in the Rotunda, and yet again are always looking for crew. I'm not the only show in town.
Dragos reaches across you and flicks off the terminal. As the light of the monitor dies, a kind of eerie calm falls on both of you. Whatever this was, it is done.
You made it out, Sleeper. That means you have to move on.
Someone killed that ship and its crew.
And you want to meet them?
He shakes his head.
We are done here.
In the dark, Dragos' headset glints, and you wish for a moment you could see his eyes and meet them. Maybe then he would understand. You get up from the desk and he gathers the notes, stuffing them into a pocket of his overalls. He holds the door for you, his headset as expressionless as always.
You can stay in the container. I won't take that from you. Don't come back.
His tone is final, definite, with an edge of disappointment. You walk out of the office, and then out of the yard, not stopping to look back. You leave the yard, thumbing the vial in your pocket, knowing that this, at least, guarantees you a little more time. And as you walk, your mind once again drifts to that person who killed the Winterlight, and whether or not that person will come for you.
Ooh. Hey, we got some stabilizer. Add an upgrade point. What should we get? We can either upgrade one of the ones we've already got to a +1, which means any dice roll has a +1, or we can get predictive reasoning.
Let's do that.
That just tells us like what we can get from the negative, positive, neutral outcome. So it'll be like, oh, from a negative you'll get this. But yeah, might as well, just so we've got all of them.
All of them on the left.
Yes. Okay, we have 3 actions left. We should probably save our cryo until we have to pay Ethan again.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to pay 60 to get through to Lowend, but you know I'm worried like we'll run out of cryo again. What should we do? Do you want to focus on helping or making money?
We could help.
Yeah,
Can we repair our reputation at the...
the scrapyard?
Yeah.
No, sadly not. We're still in the same place. We can either go back to this side rail, help the ambergris. We can also help the scrap freighter. I think there is a potential of getting scrap from here. Oh, look, see, the predictive reasoning tells us what we get. So if we've been doing this, we get cryo. Oh, that's cool. So here it tells us, yeah, ship shape, grounded. Cool. Well, that's good to know. Anyway. Yeah, we could go to the Overlook, the ambergris, play the Ort Exchange and make some money, or we can go help out with the Side Rail Horizon.
Let's play the Ort Exchange. We haven't done that for a while.
All we do is we make some money. We can make up to 19 cryo from there.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we have a 6, so if we play that, we're guaranteed to win.
Let's do
The
it.
flow of chits and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you a good margin. Plus 19 cryo. You snap up scrap by weight, then parcel it off to traders with a nice markup. You start to get a sense of the traders to trust. Nice. 82 cryo. Okay. Do you want to help out the ambergris?
Yeah.
Let's use the 4. And then we could use that on the horizon if you want. Turns out years of retrofits have made Amber a fragile patient. Each repair is 2 steps forward and 1 step back. But we're getting there. What do you want to do? Each action we can do more than one, so if you want to just spend a day helping repair the ambergris, we can. But if you want to do different stuff, we can do that as well. Because there's still bar work and helping at the freighter. Not
Let's
the freighter,
help at the...
the carrier.
Yeah.
Or the cruise, I don't know. It's a colony ship. You want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. And that should get us into the position of wellness mate. The well team you work within operates with speed and care. As you work, you feel your thoughts fade and the rhythm take over. Do you want me to do this?
Each shift a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do.
Hey, sleeper! Wait up!
Lem's voice trembles as he shouts above the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lem!
Good to see you, friend.
He's breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers.
You made the work team. Good for you.
He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does.
Shh, baby. Give me a second here.
He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her, and her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he is clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Is Mina okay?
She's good. We just had to rush up here.
He puts his hand on her shoulder and she clings to his side.
Esther, who usually takes her, is sick.
He stretches.
I don't know who...
A noise sounds from the entrance, a klaxon, followed by a list of numbers growing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, rushing and pulling as people try to wade to the entry checkpoint. Lem stops and turns back toward the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper.
That's my number. Shit! Mina...
He starts patting the pockets on his gear and glancing around. Go, I'll watch her. He blinks a little, staring.
Thank you. I'll...
He crouches to Mina.
You're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe and...
He stands back up.
Here, take her bag.
He shoves it into your hands.
She's got food. She's got... Shit, I have to go.
He backs away into the crowd.
Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good.
Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds the stare unmoving. The 2 parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. You okay, Mina? She sniffs and looks down. Look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag and see a few metal containers fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged rabbit, hand-sewn. Take the rabbit. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs waggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. What's their name? Mina turns away and looks at the entrance to the shipyard. This isn't going well. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out, and Mina snatches it from your hand. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down, ferocious despite her size.
Oof. Fierce.
Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. Doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you and then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions. Lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long you were talking about rabbits, and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her, smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the eye's heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side on the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lem finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He is dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his legs and into his arms as he stumbles backwards.
You two get on okay?
He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. More than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lem's arms, her suspicion gone.
Oh, well. Looks like Meanie can be nice.
He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight.
Thank you, friend. I mean it.
He gives you a warm, wide smile.
I owe you. Look.
He glances around.
It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the Lowend.
He grins sheepishly.
If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat.
He plays at biting Mina, and she giggles in response.
Nom 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 nom. See you, sleeper.
He waves, and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spaces as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals.
Oof, we got a new drive. That drive is to help Lem work. If Lem wants to leave on the side rail horizon, he'll need someone to watch Mina while he works his way onto the construction crew. And we've been promoted to the assembly team, working on the hull itself, building the fabricated blocks of the ship into place. Wow, look how long it's going to take.
Wow.
And I think for Lem's... I don't actually know, I think we actually need to go through here. We need to get through the low-end gate. Do you want to get some food?
Yeah.
Let's just get the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
We need our money. We're poor.
Poor.
No. Right. I think that's everything we can do for today. Let's end the cycle. I think we could leave our stabilizer for a bit. I like to wait until it gets a bit lower.
Yeah.
Like until we've got like 3 dice. Okay. Cool. Back to work. What do you want to do today? Should we keep helping with the ambergris?
Yeah.
We're almost there. Cool. With our Cubitus help, you systematically isolate, remove, repair, and reseal the hull plates. Amber looks better and better by the hour. Hunter's quite close to finding us. Well, we've got 2 more fingerdoodles before it does. But it doesn't look like there's any yet again agents anywhere, so... Foiled yet again.
Foiled.
What should we do? Do you just want me to pick?
Show me our options.
Side rail hull. The ambergris. The overlook bar. Alt exchange,
What's going on
suppose?
with Sabine's surgery?
Oh, we need to get through to Lowend, but it costs 60 cryo to get through, and right now I'm kind of trying to make sure we have enough for when Ethan wants his thing of his shit, because he's an annoying prick. Or we could go through and just... To be fair, we did manage to make up enough last time over 2 cycles, so we could go through
Let's
now.
do it. I think we should. Don't think we should.
Live a little. After some spaces caused some trouble in the Lowend, yet again have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Yep, put it in. There we go. You hand over the chits to the Attican Enforcer and he nods you through. There we go, we have Lowend. So here we have Unit 207F, which I think is... This is for advancing Sabine's plot. Lowend is just like, this is for exploring the area to like get an idea of, you know, what the place is like. And that this is what will discover new areas around Lowend. And then we have Lem and Mina's unit, and that's how we can help Lem to work shifts in the shipyard. This is basically trying to make friends. Let's just see. Oh yeah, cool, we've got some yet again agents. And a key node. I don't know what that does, but... Cool. They're all ones. Do you want to go see Sabine?
Yeah.
Unlock it with this. You find the entrance to the apartment. Its passkey symbol obscured beneath layers of graffiti. Who lives here?
Who lives here?
The lock clunks open, the metal door swinging inward into the dark. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of a routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from a doorway at the end of the room.
A variety of objects. Inspect the surfaces first.
Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent, rare and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then to a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case.
Go to the doorway.
You cross the cramped utility room, with its auto wash, dispensers, water closet, towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen.
Inspect the room.
A bunk is tucked into the wall, the blankets ruffled. A wall desk glitters with rows of vials and containers. A briefcase lab sits open, loaded with rows of reagents and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, controlled.
Approach the terminal.
As you approach, there is a cackle from somewhere in the dark.
Sleeper.
Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment.
Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I've had to make alternate arrangements.
You hear rattling noises, static.
I was able to record this message, but I don't dare to show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. I no longer trust them.
Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise.
I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan was supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate. And then after that, I was too tired to care.
A noise, like waves, passes over the recording.
But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the debt. But I need insurance, something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information. And as you know, you need me.
A pause, something clicking in the dark.
This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here.
Another pause.
I know sleepers. I've been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Get me data. Get me information. Get me something that I can use against Yatagan. Then I can get out and you can get what you need. Please.
Waves of static cut into Sabine's voice.
Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can.
You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss. Then silence.
Access the terminal.
You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what debt do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clunking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yet again. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. Yet again.
Yet again.
So we have a new drive to deliver Yatagan data, I'm guessing, to Sabine. Yeah. So we extract Yatagan data and we give it to Sabine. It looks like we need to give free data, and that will help Sabine. Shall we explore Lowend to try and figure out what's around here?
This looks like a nice bit.
We can do block maintenance. Maintained by the residents, the ramshackle blocks are always in need of repairs. Helping out is a good way to make friends, and it'll give us energy. Or we can play Tavla. The clack of filter caps can be heard in every concourse in the Lowend, as the residents play rotating rounds of this game for cryo. But we have a +1 to block maintenance.
Could do some block maintenance.
Yeah, I might use the 2. Actually, no, we don't really have much energy, do we? positive, negative. Okay, let's use the 2.
Let's take a punt.
Because the only thing we'll use is energy if it's bad. But we got some scrap, so that's all right. You help an older resident to revive the terminal, but after hours of assembling and reassembling, you realise you have fried the CPU.
Oh well, we
Whoopsie
tried.
daisy. We try again.
Yeah.
Let's use a. Do you want to use a 4 or the 5? I'm incapable of making a decision. There we go. You join in a group of residents trying to repair the tangled innards of an elevator motor and manage to spot the problem, a burnt-out resistor. Cool. Let's get some food. Because we are starving.
Starving.
I starve. I will starve. Oh. Do you want to keep working and exploring Lowend, or do you want to go elsewhere?
Let's keep exploring Lowend. I'm quite intrigued by this place. Boop. Yay!
You refit the long broken fans of the family's air filters. They insist you join them for dinner, and the children are delighted by your presence.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
Let's go sell this scrap as well. Make some good cryo components, which moments later are being disassembled in front of you. Cool. And at least now the only thing we're being timed on is that little shit Ethan.
We could just throw him out an airlock. Why are we too
Roll the
moral
bounty
to
hunter
do
out
that
the
all of a
airlock,
sudden?
commander. Those are not good rolls. Is that a yet again agent?
Yet again.
Yet again, I cannot
Oh, I
access
need to
the
stop
yet
making
again.
this joke.
We will make it at least 12 more times. Can't access these, there it is. Oh, Founder's Gap.
Excuse me?
To reach the Greenway, you need to pay for a pass, a practice invented by the spacers moored here. They call it Founder's Ferry. Alright. We need 150 to access that area. And there's also the Free Spoke.
Spoke!
Spoke! Scale the spoke. Spoke is layer after layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically. Okay. Okay, so these are like the next areas. The spoke, we can explore this to ascend it.
Exciting.
And then we'll also need 150 cryo to cross this gap.
This place is a big ring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much one big ring. Oh hey, we found a noodle factory.
Ooh!
Minijig has a kelp stack in the basement and he makes noodles from the seaweed. He doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does a shift. Okay. Delivering noodles to the nameless units on the low end takes guts and a certain fearlessness when it comes to asking for tips. Okay. So this is a way of getting cryo and energy. That's fun.
So do we have to pay that toll again? Or...
For Lowend, no,
Yeah.
we're in Lowend now permanently.
Okay.
But the next 2 areas we've got to pass some tests if we want to access the area at the top of this spoke.
So wait, we're in Lowend permanently?
As in, like, we don't need to pay a toll to get back into
Oh,
Lowend.
okay, I was thinking, I thought you were like, oh, we've moved
No, we can still
into
access,
this area
we
and...
can still access these old areas. It's like you slowly unlock the eye as you go, and it is one big ring.
So the more we unlock, the more we can just run away from people in big circles.
So for this one we'll need 150 cryo, and for this we just need to pass a bunch of tests to ascend. Enter the spoke, or scale the spoke. But do you want to continue exploring Lowend?
Yes.
Okay. Might as well use our good rolls. Actually, I'll use this one.
Let's see what...
Because we need a 1 to start working in...
Hey!
You join a group of residents trying to maintain the triangle? Okay, yeah, we did this. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to do a couple other tasks elsewhere? 'Cause you
Let's
can
keep
do that
going.
too. Okay, let's go with the free.
Yay!
We repaired a fan again!
The children are delighted at
They
these
love
different...
us. And we got a new drive. Build a home. There's a derelict unit in the low end that remains unclaimed. With lots of scrap and a little work, it could be yours. Oh, we've unlocked a couple new areas. the Tambur Tea House, which is where... I've forgotten his name.
The grinning penguin.
What's he called? Feng. That's where Feng wants us to meet him. Do you remember Feng?
Oh yeah, the guy who was
He went after Harden.
Yes, Harden.
And then here's the derelict unit. We need 1 scrap. Oh, we need 4 scrap to repair this, and then it'll be a home. So that's nice.
That's nice. I find this bit more peaceful. Probably isn't, but it looks more. The Lowend, it looks more peaceful.
The Tavla room in the Tambur house. Locked action. Hand in the gum box. You should be doing this, but the penguin says take me to Tambur, and this is the only town where you can find. And we can also, it looks like we can hand in our havenage data here. You've heard that the Yatkin enforcer base has been paying Lowend residents for information on havenage movements. Ooh, how much? 10 cryos, alright. Shall we track down Feng?
Yeah.
Take the gum. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
As you go to leave the Tambur tea house, a hand falls on your shoulder.
Sleeper!
Feng hisses from behind you.
How did you find me?
The penguin.
Penguin? What are you...
He thinks for a second.
Oh, do you mean...
He minds throwing gum in his mouth.
I wasn't meant for you specifically, but...
He cringes.
Look, it doesn't matter. Come, let's sit.
Feng guides you down a set of stairs to one of Tambur's lower levels. The tea house is stacked with curved mezzanines, all connected by a central atrium. The levels are filled with makeshift booths and bars, and conversation bounces busily off the metal walls.
Bounces busily off the booths. That's fun.
Feng sees you looking... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, this one. I accidentally double-clicked.
Feng sees you looking around.
This place used to be a fuel tanker's main drum, hence the name. The tea house part is a bit of a misnomer, though. You can get anything the eye offers from this place, but real tea isn't exactly readily available.
He repeats exactly the same thing he just said for some reason.
Oh, did it come up twice? I didn't notice that.
He picks a booth, itself fashioned from some old salvage tank or container, lined with spongy insulation foam, and collapses into it. He looks around furtively.
Don't suppose you've seen any havenage types? They don't usually come out this far.
Only you.
Not anymore, I'm afraid. Suspended without appeal. Turns out Harden has someone's ear.
He grins.
That doesn't bother me, though. It shows we hit a nerve back there.
He picks a scrappy hand-scrawled menu from the table and tosses it over.
What are you drinking?
What's the plan?
Plan.
He waves his hand.
Let's order first.
Feng is right. The menu is ridiculous. There's at least 10 different infusions, most of which you can't make out, but the paper is dominated by an extensive complement of esoteric cocktails and alcohols. Black tea is listed, without a price, as a seasonal specialty.
So, you ran into Harden. Was he pissed?
Feng doesn't wait for an answer.
That snake is so self-righteous he might actually believe that Erlen would approve of his meritocratic bullshit.
He taps on the table.
If Havenage was like it should be, like it was founded to be, I would have shouted him down at any council meeting he dared to mention true citizens.
He sighs.
But I guess his kind run the place now.
A young woman with a vine tattoo snaking up her arm turns up at the booth, a slate in hand. Your order? You skim the menu, your eyes glazing over. Time to pick something. A Girol neat? Feng taps the table to order the same. And you? She begins, looking to Feng, but when she sees him, she suddenly stops. What the? Feng shrinks a little. You're supposed to be working? This is your shift? He grins sheepishly. You work here. Feng waves you to be quiet.
Look, Jenna, let's just say this is my break. My friend here has been through a lot.
Jenna looks between the two of you. Wave. Feng doesn't look pleased. 2 minutes, says Jenna, pointing at Feng, and only because I don't want to get dragged into whatever this is. She gestures at the table and walks off.
What?
Feng stretches out in the booth.
You know how it is. We all have to eat. Plus,
He leans in.
this is the best place around here to find a person you might be looking for.
Who?
Remember that web of connections that Harden pinged the moment we confronted him? Those are his collaborators, and if we want to understand what a Solheim executive might be getting up to on the Eye, those are the people we have to find.
Feng is almost whispering now.
There's a couple of them I suspect are in the Lowend, and while almost everyone in the Lowend comes through this place at one time or another.
He brings a modified slate out onto the table.
I've set this up so that when anyone with the network signature I'm looking for comes into close proximity, it'll mark them. Once they are marked, we can break through their access protocols and get at the good stuff inside. We just have to find them first, hence me moonlighting as a waiter.
Suddenly a smile grows across his face.
Wait, I have an idea.
Oh no.
Look, I can't cover enough of the Lowend on my own, and so far I've had no matches in this place. With the two of us, we can cover more ground.
How?
Well,
Feng has a hangdog look.
we need to get you out and about in the Lowend, in close proximity to as many people and residences as possible. And it turns out my friend Minnie G needs some help with deliveries.
As in Minji Express?
Minji. So you already know him! Perfect!
Feng places a tiny receiver on the table.
This connects to my slate and runs the same marking protocol if you get any of our targets. So all you have to do is take some delivery shifts for old Minji. Should we call him Mingi?
Mingi.
Mingi, and soon enough we'll have the place covered.
Feng.
Don't give me that. You think I like working here? And I thought you could use the tips.
He grins.
We are in this together, right?
Are we?
Yes! You think Harden is happy to have you wandering around the place? He might have let you wander off for now, but I'm sure he has his eye on you. This is on you too.
Feng slips his slate back under his clothes.
Just head on up to Mingi Express, take a delivery shift, and we'll see what shakes up. You manage to find anyone and extract any data, bring it right down here to me. They have me on double shift, so it shouldn't be too hard to find.
Jenna walks past carrying a tray of drinks and sharply catches Feng's eye.
I don't think she's bringing you drink.
He stands.
I think it's time we called this meeting to a close.
You grab the receiver from the table and slip it into a pocket.
See you soon, sleeper. Stay safe.
Feng adds before turning and walking off towards the bar, whistling as he does.
Minji. Oh, sorry. Okay, so if we do express delivery, we can find some of Feng's targets. You have to deliver noodles to half of the Lowend before you can get a proper fix on Harden's collaborators. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. And that's going to help because Feng, if we help Feng, he'll disable our tracker for us. So we will eventually be free. But it looks like there is progress with Ethan, the cynical bounty hunter.
The compressor is quiet today. The usual crowds are elsewhere, and the pumping music washes over a handful of spaces and a few drunks. Ethan is still in the same stool, in the same pool of light. His head is low, close to the bar, and the bartender is ignoring him. Approach him. As you get closer, he lifts his head and turns.
Sleeper!
He turns to look at you.
Time to pay up again, is it?
He gestures to the bartender.
Come here, take the chits.
No more, Ethan. Ethan doesn't even look at you. He props his elbows on the bar and holds his head.
Sleeper, it's been a long cycle.
Enough. Ethan lets out a long sigh. He rapidly rubs his eyes with his palms.
You're right.
He says quietly.
This isn't fun anymore.
He reaches towards his holster. His elbow slips and the gun tumbles out. It clatters on the floor and falls to the ground, bouncing beneath you. Both you and the bartender look at the gun. Stare at it.
Butterfingers,
says Ethan, and puts out a hand, beckoning for you to give him the gun back.
if you would.
The bartender looks at you warily. You crouch down and pick up the gun.
Ooh, what are you gonna do?
Hand Ethan the gun. You slap the handle of the gun back in Ethan's hand.
Thank you.
He hisses.
Oh, where was I?
He lazily swings the gun past you and the bartender.
Yes, leaving.
He stands.
Sleeper, while this has been fun, I think I've wrung every last drop out of this place. Time to go home.
He waggles the gun towards the door.
Let's go see S&up.
No. Ethan brings his gun hand to his face and rubs his eye. His gun hand?
Well,
sorry.
bound pays half, but...
He levels it.
Up to you.
And he pulls the trigger. The gun clicks. By now, all the attention in the bar is on you and Ethan, who looks at his gun with a bemused expression. The bartender raises an open hand, and in it are 10 shiny bullets. 10 shiny bullets he took out of Ethan's gun while he was asleep on the bar. Ethan smiles at him.
Oh well,
He says, and hits you in the head with the butt of the gun. You stagger back and drop to a knee. Somewhere nearby the gun clatters onto a surface. The hit's a glancing blow, but it makes your vision swim. Through the blur, you see Ethan wrestle a small, thin slate from his belt and hold it up.
Enough of this. I'm logging the job and calling it in.
Ethan taps at the slate.
No more playing.
Your head aches. Ethan taps through a few screens impatiently. He swears and taps again. He starts shouting, a dull echo to your ringing ears. He starts screaming at the slate and throws it across the bar. He crouches down and grabs you by the chin. His face close, his breath heavy with drink.
Yes, an orc just screwed me.
He grins maniacally.
They cancelled the contract.
He stands up.
He cancelled the contract.
He shouts at the ceiling of the compressor. You stand up, struggling to your feet, the sting of the hit fading. Ethan is rubbing his temples, his face pale. You hear a clicking sound, like coins being counted, like bullets being loaded into a magazine. When you shake off the last of the blur, the bartender has Ethan's pistol trained on Ethan's head. Ethan stumbles back towards the middle of the room, all eyes trained on him.
I'll kill all of you.
He screams. He stumbles into the wall, spinning away towards the door.
I'll be back for that.
He shouts at the bartender and lunges out of the compressor. You steady yourself on the bar and catch your breath. The rumble of conversation returns. The bartender goes to say something, but then thinks better of it and begins to clean the bar. After a while you wander out, into the light of the bright market, looking for Ethan around every corner.
Well, that's that problem sorted for now. At least we don't have to pay him anything. We have 2, 4, 6, 8 cycles. Ethan may have been disarmed, but you doubt you've seen the last of him. Cool. What do we want to do? Lowend or the docks? Pick one.
Lowend, still.
Okay. What do you want to do around Lowend? We can keep exploring, or we can start working for Mingy, sorry.
Let's start working for Mingy.
Mingy. Sorry. It's just... yeah, okay. Yeah, express delivery looks like it has to be. He wants you to take this delivery shift so you can locate and hack his targets. The tips are small, but welcome bonus. Somehow, you find all the units you are supposed to be delivering to, but not without cutting back on yourself multiple times. Again, or do you want to do something else?
Delivery.
Do you want me to pick?
Yes.
Let's explore a bit more of Lowend. Cool. Right, so we have discovered Castor, a curious data fence. You cross between 2 walls of units, one of the cavernous streets at the centre of Lowend. The pressurised bridge is full of the clack of Tavla, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters. Do you want to do this guy?
Sleeper.
You turn to see a man sitting at a Tavla table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table.
Sit. Sit?
You sit at the metal stool, and he starts setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps Lowenders typically use in their place.
Castor.
He says by way of introduction, looking over his glasses.
Night or day?
He asks, gesturing at the caps, crudely sprayed white and black.
Night?
He nods. The black counters are already on your side.
Let's begin.
You take a plastic die, each pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Castor rolls a 6, you a 4.
I lead.
He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, caster speaks, eyes not leaving the caps.
It is unusual to see a sleeper on the eye. That's why I wanted to play you.
You take your turn, rolling a 5 and 6.
Play carefully. After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one. Being emulated, I mean.
As Castor talks, you build up a wall of caps, stacking them safely across the board. Progress is slow, but you remain unexposed.
I don't mean to offend you.
Castor meets your eye.
I merely see that you are by definition different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added?
He slides a single cap onto an open point, a risk and an opportunity.
He hands you the
Sorry.
die.
He hands you the dice.
Do you ever think about this, Sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now? Always.
You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Castor whistles.
The holding game. Commendable. Can be brave to build from what came before.
He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move.
But we cannot idle too long, Sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. A living, breathing person.
He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide.
You split from them like a shadow splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be.
He hands you the dice, smiling.
You are a branch severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak.
You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under Castor's before he solidifies control of the game.
So what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all of this.
Castor asks.
What does this tangle of truths make you? Free. Yes,
Castor looks away, through the glass to the crowded units on all sides.
I can see that. Your life as an escapee was never meant to happen, yet here we are.
He starts removing caps, his home board now full.
Your life is an offshoot. It can go anywhere from here.
You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Castor clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while.
I feel I may have pushed too far.
He slides another cap from the board.
I apologise. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me.
You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Castor claps his hands apologetically.
You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game.
He smiles warmly.
We have much to learn from each other.
He slides his glasses back up his nose and sits back.
I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data,
His eyes glint with that last word.
to our mutual benefit.
He slides his final cap from the board. It is over. He has won.
I'll see. Please, I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
He holds up his palms.
My intention is only to help you endure here, and if I am able, feed my curiosities.
The game over, you notice the bustle of the walkway once more, the call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave, Castor nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you are sure was there. Okay. So with Castor, we can sell Yatagan data.
Yatagan?
And Havenage, actually.
I like that guy.
Okay, so we can sell them both Yatagan and Havenage. But we need 5 of each. And we're out of cash coin. Shall we... Yeah, let's go back to bed. Do you want to carry on much more, or shall we end the cycle?
Yeah, let's carry on to about...
Another cycle?
Yeah.
Okay. Hooey. Ew. A 2, a 3, a 5, and a 6. That's alright. Okay. What should we do today? Ooh, the Shipmind. The merchant freighter's back. We can buy Shipminds from them, but it costs 60. Should we try to save up for a Shipmind fragment?
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to do some work to make some money. Which, to be fair, we can do at Mingi.
Let's work at the noodle factory.
Mingi. I'll use the 5. +9. Okay. Same again, or should we do a job elsewhere?
Do it again!
I'll use the 3.
I like delivering noodles.
I prefer eating noodles.
I like to imagine we pull a little one out.
I bet they would notice.
Nah.
Yeah, I bet they would. Alright, let's buy a Shipmind fragment. Sweet. Okay, with one more fragment, we will be able to make a Shipmind.
Cool.
Kill! Hell yeah! Right. But now we're tapped for cash.
Tippity tappity.
Was there a place we could make more money? Oh, this place we can make a lot of cryo, but we need to get our Intuit up. We need to get more into it. Bruh.
Let's get into it.
And we need Yataghan data for... Yeah, okay. Is there any Yataghan? That's a 1. That's a keynote. Yataghan. 1. Why are they all 1s? Give me some 2s, damn it. To be fair, we do get... If we get Havenage data... Let's see. Yeah, let's get some Havenage data. I'm sure Hunter won't mind. And if we get 5, we can go back to Castor.
Castor.
Okay, we have a 6, which means we can do one thing really, really well.
Oh,
We could
we're a
help.
one-trick pony.
Well, we're only 1 away from completing the ambergris.
Let's do that. Go on.
Yeah.
Let's complete something.
Might as well. Yeah.
Do it.
There we go. Ankita is crouched in the computing core of the ambergris, swearing to herself when you enter. She doesn't look up.
These shits completely ruined the core's connectors when they cut it.
She holds up a thick fistful of ragged wires.
The shipmind they ripped won't even be usable without replacing these.
She throws the bundle of wires across the room.
Amateurs! Can we repair it? There's nothing to repair. We need an entire shipmind, not exactly the first thing you can expect to dredge up from a scrap freighter.
She sighs.
Fragments, maybe. Sections of a mind, but a complete shipmind? No way.
Akita climbs out of the cooling well where the shipmind should be, the space suddenly crowded with her on the same level as you, towering over you as she stoops beneath the low-curved ceiling.
Come on, nothing to be done here now.
She leads you back through the guts of amber, though you could find the way back yourself. The repair process has left you familiar with the cutter's idiosyncratic layout, all diagonal angles and bundled tubes.
What do we do now?
Ankita seems lost in thought, and you focus on the corridors, ducking below conduits and passing through bulkheads. Eventually you arrive in the galley, though it's hard to tell. Most of the benches and prep surfaces are covered in half-stripped components and welded hole patches. Ankita shoves a box of filters to the floor and sits.
There's no way around it.
She starts out of nowhere.
We need a new shipmind. I can salvage one. I like your confidence, Sleeper. Maybe if we check out the Ort Exchange or speak to some scrap dealers.
She rubs her forehead.
Seems I'm about to do something very stupid. But hey, I came here, didn't I? Why not make a run of it?
She fixes you with a hard stare.
Sleeper, you're all I've got. No crew, no friends, you're it.
She looks uncomfortable.
I appreciate the time you've put in on Amber, and I'm sure she would too if she could. What I'm saying is, if you screw me on this, I will kill you.
She leans over and hands you a stack of chits. A big stack of chits. You don't dare to count them.
Get me that shipmind, Sleeper. Don't make me regret this. You won't.
She sighs.
Look, just get out of here before I change my mind.
You slip out of the galley and head back towards the main lock. As you do, Amber growls and creaks like a caged animal. You reach a hand out to calm her. Time to find Ankita a shipmind, somehow. Whoa! 103 chits! Thing is, we also need a shipmind for Lowend. But we can obviously we can build more than one shipmind. Yeah. We can build multiple shipminds. It's just the the benefit we get from either. I mean, if we've got the cash, should we buy another Shipmind fragment?
Yeah, go on. Thing is, who do we like more to give a Shipmind?
At best, the real question is, who do we need more right now?
Oh, you're so pragmatic, and I'm just
yes.
like, I want to know who I like best.
I just think we have Hunter's going to keep damaging us every time we use the net. The Neo event has a way of getting rid of Hunter, which means we can scour the net more freely. And being able to scour the net more freely means gathering more data from the agents, which we can then sell, and then we can, like, you know, buy more Shipmind fragments. But let's go to the ore fabricator, and we can make the Shipmind. Shipminds cannot be built from scratch, but if you have enough salvaged fragments can be reassembled with a fabricator. The fabricator whirs and crackles as it assembles the Shipmind. It opens to reveal a completed but heavily dented unit. Cool.
So we've got one.
Yes.
Should we take it back to her?
I mean, it's either Neovend or Ankita, and we have an upgrade. What should we get? It's a +1 to one of these, or we can save it to get self-repair.
Let's save it to get self-repair.
Because this lets us repair condition, which means we wouldn't need stabilizer, but we need scrap to do it. Whereas these will all give us a +1 in, like, the relevant...
Let's save it.
Okay. So you'd rather give the Shipmind to Ankita? Because I'm more inclined to give it to Neovend.
Okay. I mean, we did just... Yeah.
Gameplay-wise, it's better for us because the
Yeah.
Hunter's about to catch us.
And also, it's been literally 40 seconds with Ankita, so
Yeah.
she won't... It's not like she's...
Like, it just means, like...
We'll find another one. We can find one.
So... We can't... Because we did actually get a Shipmind fragment working our engineer, so we do have a chance to find them. I think when the scrap freighter comes back, there's a chance to find Shipminds on that, and I'm sure we could find a Shipmind another way. You know?
Yeah, let's give it to Neovend.
Neovend wants to be smuggled out of the dock, and to do that you'll need to provide a full Shipmind ready for imprinting. Neovend is ready to attempt imprinting. They want you to help. Sleeper! Must express plan before we begin.
Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take.
Shipmind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted.
What's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovend's anxiety clear.
First, imprint Shipmind. Then slot imprinted Shipmind onto physical ports close to Hunter Nest. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find Core Nest. Slot Shipmind at Core Nest. Show Hunter data to Hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke Killer.
And Killer will...
Kill. Yes.
The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares.
Physical ports likely sealed in old station. We'll need keys, but yes. Simple.
The vending machine rocks a little.
Any questions before imprinting?
Why slot you physically?
I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately.
The lights flicker.
I'm not like you. Hybrid. I'm native to cloud. Easy prey.
What's the Core Nest?
Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self. Link to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there.
That's it. Let's start. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screechers rattle from the hard surfaces of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend better be quick or Havenage security will be here. Neovend's voice appears among the squeals like a whisper carried by the wind.
Machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck.
In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms align with the Shipmind, clunkily scraping against it. Can I help?
Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire.
The metal creaks, the servos open the Shipmind, its layers of silica nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing and rewriting them, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind, to copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility? What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person, and in what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? A vending machine. And then, where, then, would the limits lie? The screeching stops. The machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the Shipmind is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neovend inside this thing? Or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest to slot them into.
Let's go hunt the hunter. Hey, we can...
So are they a Shipmind that was not in a ship?
They were like a sentient AI that was in the vending machine.
Yeah.
But the vending machine didn't really have enough processing power.
Yeah, and it's
So
not really. Yeah, it's
The
not.
Shipmind has a lot more. Okay, we got an extra upgrade point. So do you want to get the self-repair?
Self-repair.
Cool.
If you had to choose to be a vending machine, what kind of vending machine would you be?
I don't know. One of the drinks ones, because then at least I'll always be quite cool, you know? Nice and cool.
Yeah. I think I would be a drinks one as well. Or I would be like a gacha machine.
A gacha pod.
And dispense little plastic toys. But a drinks one sounds quite good, because the idea of being quite cold
They're always
sounds
nice
good.
cool, aren't they? Nice and cool.
Although if you are like...
Big Pepsi one. There's that one vending machine, I can't remember where it is, it's in a state in America where it's like Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace, and it's got like young Anakin Skywalker on the pod race, and that's like a tourist attraction.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Although if you were the one that like dispensed like crisps and chocolate bars, you could really have fun with like messing with people. You could, unwind it. Not quite. You know how they have
That's
those like
evil.
springs that like
Yeah.
sort of roll forwards to dispense the bag of crisps, and sometimes it stops and gets stuck and doesn't quite. Yeah.
Shall we go hunter hunter?
Yes.
Okay, so we need these encrypted keys. Fortunately, I already have a few. The bag lock opens, leaving the door free. You are able to investigate the nest now. Ooh. In the bay, a whirring drone lies on its side, like a beached whale. It must be the nest. Time to find an open port. This is one of the free nests that, once slotted with Neovend's Shipmind, will lead you to the Hunter's central data cache. Okay. I think we only have enough to do 2 of the nests. The drone is quiet, its belly full of cables spilled out across the floor. The nest is empty. As if this AI has a nest. That's just kind of creepy. A server unit. A mad tangle of wires as thick as your arm crowd around a server unit, sealed shut by a maglock. This must be the place.
Stick it in!
I'll pop the key in, open it up. The maglock pops open and falls away from the unit. You will now be able to enter. And let's pop the Shipmind in. Among the webs of cables, for that said weebs. Among the weaves of cables, you find a free port compatible with the Shipmind. It's all Neovend from here. The servers lie silent, their data cache is cleared. Nothing left to do with this nest. Cool. Okay, the last one is here, but I'm going to need another encryption key. Which means we'll need to rest. I think I can get an encryption key from this place, but I will need to roll a 1. Anyway, would you like to end the cycle and then call it there?
Yeah. Well, we unlocked a lot of areas today.
I mean, we only unlocked one area.
No,
Lowend,
but
it's like one big area.
Filled me with a vigor for life.
And we have 2 more areas to unlock. This goes across to the greenway. which is a place we can grow our own mushrooms.
Oh!
And this goes up to... I can't remember what it's called, but at the top is like a dry dock where you can like work on ships, and it's quite fun. That's like the centre of the eye. The eye of the eye, I suppose. This is the only thing we're being timed on, which is nice. To be honest, we do probably want to focus more on Fang's quest, just so we can disable our tracker.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be like, once we disable the tracker, we can kind of take things at our own pace. Right, let's go end the cycle. Yeah, and if we use scrap, we can now repair ourselves a bit, but we need scrap. But we can buy scrap, so, you know. You know, it's like the circle of life as a sleeper. You make money to make scrap, to then heal yourself, feed yourself. We can sunbathe. Right. Is this where you'd like to end it?
Yeah.
It has saved. We're in a good position, much better than last time, where I was like, I don't want to end this until I know we're in a secure position.
I was feeling a bit boxed in, but we unlocked a new area, and I feel like it's opened up. Our horizons have expanded.
Once you unlock like Lowend, it really does. Just look at all this compared to before, where we just.
Because I think I was going to be like, "Oh, is the whole game going to take place
just
in
in
these
this
like
tiny
6
section?
locations?" Yeah, and I was like,
No, there's quite a few.
No.
And I think
the world has opened now.
I think there was a bit of DLC added, and I think I have them. So there's even like extra areas once we get to the end of the eye. So like basically you go all the way around until you're over here.
Excitement.
No, enjoyed that quite a bit.
Yeah.
I like the different. I like the sci-fi setting. That's my jam. Just like Mass Effect.
Yeah, I enjoy like the sort of whole sort of cyberpunk aesthetic of everyone lives in a cube, eats synthetic dirt
and noodles,
and halogen lighting is everywhere. City architecture makes no sense.
I love the cyberpunk.
Yeah, no,
style.
I'm saying it's
like,
great.
I love like when you zoom in, you can see like the interior. Mingy.
And like, look at these like tubes that are obviously, I guess, I don't know.
I suppose they're like walkways, I would say.
But yeah, it's very interesting.
Cool. Any life lessons before we sign off?
Any life lessons? Always help a vending machine in distress.
Yes, that's true. That's a lesson in cyberpunk as well. Because one of the best friends you can make is a vending machine.
Oh, what's gonna happen to the vending machines in the future? Why are we being so horrible to them?
Who said I don't know.
I don't know. They seem to be in distress. So always help a vending machine in distress.
Well, he wasn't really a vending machine, but yeah, always help a vending machine.
Don't get someone to cover your shift and then show up at the place you were meant to be working as a customer. That's just basic common sense, really, isn't it?
Dummy.
You know, if you're gonna pull a sickie, you gotta not be spotted. So that's my second one.
That's what they say.
And what's my third one? If a bounty hunter is after you, hope that someone's stolen all the bullets from his gun.
To be fair, our last episode, the lesson was if a bounty hunter comes after you, do nothing, because that problem will solve itself.
Oh well, it actually what happened.
We've done absolutely nothing. Like we paid for his tab, and then after that, the problem just kind of sorted itself.
Yeah, we were incredibly passive about it.
Yeah, we're just like, here's your gun back.
So that I don't think that's a very good life lesson, because it's just like,
if the bounty hunter comes after you, the problem will solve itself.
Yeah, ignore your problems and they'll go away.
The problems they'll go.
Which is terrible advice.
Life lesson.
That's the opposite of what you should tell anybody.
Oh well. Well, it's going to get written now. It's in writing, so you can't take it. But no takey backsies.
Oh dear.
Okay, so next time we've got a few 1s and 2s, so that means we can go to do some data surfing. Go onto the cloud and then see how it goes.
See how it goes.
Yes,
yeah,
thanks
fun.
again for playing with me. So
I enjoyed that.
Until next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Stay funky.